Raise your hand if you are guilty of buying a piece of decor just because it was on sale and it was too good of a deal to pass up, even though you didn't completely love it. Hello, my name is Tina and I have DIY delusion. I always see the potential in things. I always just think that I can save a piece that is destined to be in the trash. So whether that's something that is out of style, maybe it's a little tacky, or maybe it even has some damage, if the price is right, I will probably buy it and then put it in my to be DIY'd pile, waiting for a makeover. I am pretty sure there are so many of you out there who are exactly the same. So today we are going to DIY some of those items. I'm going to show you some different ideas of how you can transform your pieces and save them from the trash. These are also ideas that you could take and do to things that you already have at home that maybe you just don't love anymore. I promise you there is a way to DIY it. We are going to start by looking at my DIY stash and see what we can make. So here is my little decor jail. It's all pieces that I bought that is just not cute enough to display yet. So a bunch of this stuff is thrifted, or maybe it's like super cheap. Like this was in the Target dollar section for $3. But I don't really like the color, so I need to change it. Like I always see potential in items. I even bought 2 of these little boxes because I think that I can make something with them. So I'm going to go through my stash, pick out some of these items and make them into something a little bit more chic and more my style. This next project is something that you could do with any type of box. You can use a cardboard box, you can use a wooden box like I have here. I really love the shape and the size of this, and I got it from Home Goods on clearance. This definitely is a seasonal decor piece because on the front it says "Moms make life beautiful," which I'm sure was for Mother's Day. You can fit some trinkets inside or turn it into a gift box. I actually think I'm going to turn it into a jewelry box because inside actually has some damage. So this project idea is something that I've been wanting to do forever. Vintage cake decor is definitely having a moment, and although it could be something that is totally decorative, you could also turn it into something that is functional. This is going to be the perfect base for that, but first I'm going to paint the whole thing and cover the cheesy little quote that's on there right now. Our box is dry and ready to go, and now it is time to frost it. So I always joke that joint compound is forbidden frosting, but today we actually are going to turn it into frosting. I'm so excited and also a little bit nervous because I've actually never frosted a cake before. So you actually can buy kits with fake frosting in them, so I will link some options below, but I thought that we could just make our own with things we already have. So we need joint compound or some lightweight spackling. You'll also need some paints if you plan on making different colors. You'll also need some icing tips as well as some plastic bags, and that is pretty much it. I did also grab an assortment of little charms and things. I want to go for kind of like a woodland fairy type of vibe, so I have some butterflies, little mushrooms, little deers, and obviously we have to add some pearls on there, so I'm gonna add these on before it dries down completely. So I'm gonna practice first, and I've also heard that you should add a little bit of water to the mixture just so that it's easier to squeeze and pipe it out of the bag. Gonna add the teeniest bit of a more warm-toned white just so that this isn't like stark white. Buttercream realness. I definitely added too much water to the mixture, but oh my god, you guys, this is addicting. Like, I literally want to eat this because it looks like actual cream, and doing all these little swirls and designs is seriously so much fun. I'm actually jealous of bakers right now. The best way to do this is by squeezing the bag as steadily as you can, and also to go very slowly to get a good consistency throughout. Also, if you wanted to, you could frost the whole thing instead of painting it flat like I did, and it would look even more realistic. And don't worry if your frosting doesn't look super professional, because you can hide any little mistake with the little charms that we're gonna add afterwards. So you wanna add the decorations on before the joint compound dries so that it will stick and dry to the joint compound essentially. There are so many different themes that you can do. I would definitely suggest to go onto Pinterest or Instagram to look for inspiration, but personally, I just couldn't resist these tiny little mushrooms. So this woodland forest theme was totally up my alley, and you will see once I started decorating, I just could not stop. I added on more and more charms and frosting, and it kind of just snowballed from there. That is one of the reasons why I love crafty projects so much. There is no right or wrong way to do it. You can let your imagination run wild and just have fun and play around, and this project really did bring the inner child in me out. I really love whenever I get to do upcycling projects like this, because it gives you the opportunity to just repurpose some items, give them a new life, and also save them from the trash. And if you guys are looking for more ways to help the environment, you have to check out Earthbreeze, who is today's video sponsor. If you're new to the brand, Earthbreeze is on a mission to create high quality, low waste products that deliver meaningful environmental and social impact for a more sustainable future. So every time you use an Earthbreeze product, you are helping reduce plastic waste, and you're also helping someone in need, so it really is a win-win situation. So I've been using their eco sheets, which are basically concentrated sheets of laundry detergent. This little packet literally gets sent into my mailbox, and there are 60 loads in this little envelope. So you can see all of their packaging is made with paper, which means it's recyclable. So I learned that 91% of single-use plastic that gets recycled actually doesn't even get recycled. So making the switch is honestly a no-brainer. It's better for the environment. It's also less messy, and you can also subscribe to Earthbreeze so that you never run out. We're actually hosting family this weekend, so I had to do a bunch of extra loads of laundry, and all I had to do was get one of these sheets. This is what it looks like. You just pop it into the machine and everything comes out smelling super fresh and clean, and I really like their scent. It just smells so good, and you can also get non-scented if you wanted to. And these are also better for sensitive skin, so you don't have to worry about any irritations. They're also hyperallergenic and don't use any bleach, dye, or parabens, so you're good to go. And personally, I think this is a more convenient option. It takes up virtually no space. Our laundry room is already really tight in there, so I can just like slip this in between my two machines. I don't have to lift up a heavy jug anymore, so 10 out of 10 recommend these. So if you guys want to try out Earthbreeze, they're actually giving you 40% off with my code. So you can go to earthbreeze.com/Tina to get started with 40% off. That is earthbreeze.com/Tina for 40% off of your first subscription. Thank you again, Earthbreeze. Let's get back into the video. So this plate I bought a while ago, just hoping that I could use it for something. I got it on sale at HomeGoods, and I just love the irregular shape and how large it is. I thought I could just turn it into a cute tray, but then I saw this reel, which totally inspired me. So we are actually gonna turn this into a candle sconce. Don't you just hate when the stickers are hard to take off? This is the bane of my existence. Almost there. Much better. You can paint this whatever color you want, but I think I'm gonna go for more of a vintage look. I thought it would look so good with some veining or florals or something like that, so I thought I could just add it on myself. I'm gonna use a silicone mold as well as some polymer clay, and this might be actually very tricky because there are so many details on it. I'm gonna try my best to do it all in one piece, but I have tried this before and it broke into a bunch of small pieces, so maybe this time it'll be better. This silicone mold is is so intricate, and I'm not kidding when I say it took me 15 minutes just to add the clay in for one of these. I started with the main stem and then I filled up all of the leaves, and I used the back of my paintbrush just to meld all these pieces together, which I find to be helpful. And the hardest part was actually getting it out of the mold, so this time around I flipped it over and then I just tried my best to get it out in one piece, which you will see it did break a little bit, but that is fine because we could fix it later and just blend it in before baking. So this is looking pretty gothic right now, which is not the look I'm going for. I want it to feel more antique. So we're gonna add some rub and buff, and this is gonna make it look like one solid piece. And I'm also gonna do it to the little candle holder. And to hang this up, I found these plate hangers, which are great because it's just an adhesive that you place on the back and it has a little hook at the top. So this should be enough to hold it, but if you wanted to, you could also use command strips or add any other hardware to the back. This is my first time trying something like this, but I feel like it's the easiest option, and it also holds quite a bit of weight. Move this down a little more. Better. Oh, of course I just dropped it. Next up we have these guys, which are basically just little wooden boxes. I felt like this was such a basic piece that I literally could DIY these into anything. They were on clearance and there was multiples of them, so I grabbed two, and I really like this design on it. It's super simple, very minimal. Whenever I have a basic piece like this, I like to put it together to see what kind of shapes and different configurations I can come up with. So at first I was thinking about flipping this upside down and then turning it into a light with a big bulb on top. I think that would look really nice, especially if you made a pair of them and put them on some nightstands. And what I've learned from my years of DIYing is that you can literally turn anything into a light these days. They come out with kits for them, and it's super easy just to drill a hole, attach some wiring, and then create your own little table lamp. So I'm going to turn this into a light, but I'm not going to do it in the traditional way that I just explained. Instead, I'm going to turn it into a sunset lamp, which honestly is one of my favorite things that I've ever bought. If you haven't seen these before, they basically cast a beautiful sunset light onto your wall or onto your ceiling. This one that I bought actually comes with an app, so you can control it and change the colors up, so it has a whole rainbow of colors. So I really love the mood that it creates in the evenings. My only gripe with this is that the design is really plain and boring, so I usually don't like to keep it out. So my plan is to take this boring looking piece and give it a new home so that it has a new look with our clearance boxes. So I got a drill bit that is the same exact size as the lamp so that the light will fit through the hole, and you could totally just freehand this and use a jigsaw, but I really wanted to get something that was perfect. So this is definitely the way to go. This might be the biggest hole that I've ever created, so hopefully it goes well. Where's the center though? No good deed will I do. We did it! Wow! Y'all, I cannot recommend these sunset lamps enough. They create the best vibe in the room, especially in our home. We don't get any direct sunlight, so this has just been the best way to wind down at the end of the night and get some warm lighting in the house. So my plan here is to actually combine these two together. So this is gonna sit on top of this piece, so that's why I needed to drill the hole for the wire. But I think making it look more sculptural like this makes it look a lot more high end. And of course we're gonna paint this, so I'm going to prime this. I'm planning to leave the wood top exposed because I really like this wood grain here, and then just paint the rest of it so that's one seamless color. And I'm so glad that this comes apart because you really could customize this and turn it into anything you want to fit it into your own space if you're not feeling the original design. I definitely am feeling this more geometric and sculptural look. It's not really something that I have going on right now in my house, so I want to incorporate more of that and also to try out a big pop of red in the house. And in the future, if I change my mind, I can always paint it over, and that's honestly one of the best things about DIYing. I can change things up super quick and easy, and I don't have to feel bad about it. That is a wrap on all the projects from today's video. As always, let me know which one was your favorite in the comments down below. Each one of these has such a different vibe, so it's hard for me to choose one. They were all really fun for me to work on, but I think maybe the cake was the most fun just because I got to get really creative with it. I really love doing projects like this because it challenges me to think outside of the box and also use a lot of what I already have at home. So I hope you guys can take some of these ideas and reinvent items that you might already have at home, or maybe you find at the thrift store or in the clearance bin. I truly believe you can make something beautiful out of anything. So if you guys like these projects, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to see more updates from me, make sure to give me a follow over on Instagram. I post on there every single day. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.